H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys, how we are different from our competitors. 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus, one-time fee and lifetime access to classes, access to recorded sessions of live classes. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For a free demo class, visit us at h2kinfosys.com.
Okay, so today we're going to discuss on method overloading and method overriding, and then we'll discuss on abstract class and sealed class. So let's get started. So let me open Visual Studio. So start all programs, Microsoft Visual Studio 2013. And then, so now I'm going to create a new project, console application. So file, new project, and I'm going to select console application. Okay, so for those who just joined the class, from now you will understand even if you have missed the previous classes. So this is completely different topic from what we have discussed previously. So I'm going to create a console application. Click on OK. Okay. So now what I'll just create another class. So I have a class here, class program. So I'll be creating another class here. So now which is math library. So I'm going to create a class here which is math library. Class math library.
Your screen is
Yeah, go ahead. Hello. So any issue with the screen resolution or something? No. I'm going to create a class called math library, and inside that what I'll do now here is I'm going to add two numbers, or let's take a simple example called yeah, let me add two numbers. So how to add two numbers? So I'll write here public int add numbers, and I'll write here int a comma int b. So now I'm going to create a method called int add numbers. Now I'm doing return a plus b. Okay, so now I just created a class called math library, and I created a method called public int add numbers. So how can I access this method? How can I access this method inside my static void main? I need to
have to create an instance of it.
Yeah, we have to create an instance of it, or we have to create an object of it. So now what I'll do here is I'll do math library ml is equal to new math library, and then what I'll do here ml dot add numbers. So add numbers I need to give here 5 comma 6. So now I can simply write here console dot write line, and now what it will do is it will add 5 comma 6, and it will display me saying like now I'm writing console dot read line. Now I have a question for all of you. So the moment when I'm typing read line, I'm seeing a message like this: reads next line of characters from standard input stream. But when I'm typing add numbers, I don't see any message here. So can you please tell me how can I get that description from a method? Yeah, I got only response from Padmini. I want to see the response from everyone. I repeat my question. I want to see the description for my method add numbers, the way I'm seeing for read line. So when I type read line, see here, when I'm typing read line, I'm seeing description. I'm seeing description about read line. See now. So I'm seeing description like this, reads the next line of characters from this. But the moment when I'm typing, so I told this in one of the previous class. So we have to write the description through not the definition control, not through go to control. so we have three types of comments. Can you please recollect what are the three types of comments we discussed? Anyone other than Padmini wants to tell about three types of controls? Three types of comments? Yeah, so I want to see the response from everyone. So what are the three types of comments we discussed? We discussed about inline comments, multi-line comments. What is the third one? Okay, so can you recollect this one? So when I put three slashes here, 1, 2, 3, we saw that. Did we discuss this before? Yeah, we discussed it. So I strongly request all of you to um, practice whatever we discussed. Otherwise, like, yeah, okay. So now here, so for the method which I want, I can simply add three slashes here. So I can add 1, 2, 3 slashes here. And then what I can do here, I can type this method will add two numbers. Okay, so now one more thing which you can notice here is the moment when I'm typing write line, for example, when I'm typing write line, so console.write line, so I'm seeing here, so when I type brackets here, so let me show you how I'll see here. So just a second. Okay, so I'm seeing here 1 of 19. I'm not sure how many of you are seeing this. So I'm seeing here 1 of 19. What do you think is 1 of 19? For example, if I put a bracket here, the first thing I'll see here as 1 of 19. Let me put bracket again. See now, I'm seeing 1 of 19 here. 1 of 19. What is this 1 of 19? Any idea? Anyone? Yeah, Mr. Khan, you're right. And so what is that? Okay, so if you see here, there are 19 methods with the name WriteLine. There are 19 methods with the name WriteLine. So this is called overloading. But so that means when I put dot WriteLine and when I put here, when I put brackets and I press down arrow, I can see all this. So I have WriteLine without brackets, anything. I have WriteLine with bool value. I have WriteLine with character. I have WriteLine with buffer or whatever, so decimal value. So I have 19 overloads for this method WriteLine. So that is now when I put here. So let me remove this. Now when I put here dot add numbers brackets, I'm not seeing anything as such. So I'm only seeing add numbers int a comma b. So let's try to add some overload for this. So what if I want to add three numbers? I want to add three numbers. So let me create another method called public int add numbers int a comma int b comma int c. Okay, so here I'm going to add here return a plus b, a plus b plus c. Now I'm going to give the same description for this. So here I'll add three XML comments, 1 2 3. The moment I type three slashes, I will be seeing this whatever I see here. So now I can write here this method will add three numbers. So even I can write description for this. I can write description for this A, B, C. I can write here saying like first number. I can write here second number, and I can write here third number. Okay. So now how many methods I have with add numbers? How many methods I have with the same name add numbers? So I have two methods with add numbers. So now let's try to understand. Let me type here add numbers and put brackets here and see how many overloads I see there. So dot add numbers when I put brackets here. So all of you are able to see this. I am seeing now one of two. So when the first one is selected, I will see here this method will add two numbers. When I press down arrow, I'll see that I'll see the description about the second one. Okay, so this is about one of two, because your WriteLine is having 19 types of methods. It is showing one of 19, and here your add numbers, we have two methods with the same method name add numbers. So method overloading is something like same method name with different parameters. Same method name with different parameters, we call it as method overloading. Method overloading, same method name with different parameters. So add numbers, we have two overloads, and here it is displaying 1 of 2. When you press here, the moment when you press brackets and press down arrow, you can see here, you can see that 2 of 2, because you are seeing the second method ABC. So since you added first number here, it is showing A colon first number. It will show you B colon second number. So since we added the description here. Okay. So is it clear now what is overloading, how they are getting 1 of 19? Just a second. Okay. Okay. So now let's try to understand. So do you think this is useful, giving first number, second number, and third number? Do you think this is useful? Because when you give like that, that will help those who are using that method. So the moment you type this, when you type this down arrow, when you are typing second method, second add numbers method with 3 parameters. See now, when I'm typing A, it is showing A first number, so 5 comma. When I type comma and then came to the second number, it's showing B second number. So that will help you. So that is the purpose of one of the use of XML comments. So next time when I ask you how to give a description for these methods and variables, you have to tell me we need to use XML comments. Okay. So now, so if you add another, so I'll type here 6 comma and I'll type here 8. So this is about method overloading. So I repeat again, having the same method name within a class, within the same class, having the same method name add numbers with different parameters. With different parameters, we call it as method overloading. Method overloading. Okay. So now let's try to understand what is method overriding. Okay. Now I'm going to remove this example. Yes, yes. So when you create more than one method with the same method name and with different signature, so we call this as signature. So that is called method overloading. Okay. So creating more than one method with the same name with different parameters, or we call it as different signature, that we call it as method overloading. Okay. So even you can realize here that for example, see here, what is it showing here? When I type here right line, what is it showing here? Plus, what does it mean by 18 overloads? The same method right line is having the current method plus 18 overloads. So total how many methods we have for right line? We have 19 methods. So here itself you are seeing that this is plus 18 overloads. So overloading is something called same method name, exactly same method name, but with different signature, or we call it as different parameters. Okay. Remember, you need to have different parameters. In interviews they will ask you, can I have different return type? It's not about return type, it is about parameters. Parameters should vary, not the return type. Okay. So any doubts in method overloading? Okay. Okay. So now we'll try to understand what is method overriding. Okay, so before that we need to understand what is inheritance. What is inheritance? Okay. So now let's try to understand inheritance, and then we'll come back with the topic of method overriding. So let me remove this. Let me remove this everything. Okay. Now we are going to see about what is inheritance. Okay. So now I have a class called print high, and print let me take some simple good example. So I have a class called print Hindi high. Okay, so inside this I have a method called public void print high. So here print Hindi high. Okay, so I have a method inside this. So inside this I'm going to add here console.writeLine. I'm going to add here namaste. So namaste is a word in Hindi if you want to tell hi in Hindi. So now this is about printing in Hindi. Now I want to print in Tamil. Okay, so print Tamil hi. So anyone knows it? What is it in Tamil for hi? No one knows it? Yeah, good. So in Tamil we say it as Vanakkam. So I'm writing here console.writeLine. Okay. So now this is about Vanakkam. So this is about in Tamil. Now let me have in English. So I want to have a class print English high. So anyway, in English we say only hello or hi. So public void print English high. Okay, so now I'm going to write here console.writeLine. Okay, so let's not worry about this third one. So we'll have it only three things. Now I what I need now is I want to have a class. I want to have a class with inside this high. So let me have this one. So I have a class called public Hindi high. And I have another class called print high. So inside this I have already one method called public Tamil, and let me have another method called public void print English high. Okay. So here I'm writing console.writeLine. I'm writing here hello. Okay. So now I have one class exclusive for Hindi, and I have another common class called print high, inside which I have for Tamil and English. So now if I want to have even Hindi also, I have separate class for Hindi, but I want to reuse this functionality, reuse this method inside this print high, because this print high is a common class which has all, like which has Tamil, which has English. I don't want to have I need even this functionality. So instead of writing this again here, so what I can do here, I can even write again here, and I can create, now if I want to access any of these methods, what I can do, I can create an object of it, print high. So what I'll do here, and just do it here, print high, and then obj is equal to new print high. And then what I can do here, I can simply write obj dot print whatever method I can call here, obj dot print Hindi high or whatever. So obj dot print Tamil high. Okay, so here, so I have two classes. One is exclusive for Hindi, and I have other class, common class called print high, which is having in Tamil, English, and Hindi. Now, if imagine in Hindi, they in future they change from Namaste to they change from Namaste to ABC. Let's say it's ABC, or let's say that as anything. So now they change to Namaste to Namaskar. Okay, so in this case, how many places you want to modify now? Imagine in Hindi, the language people have decided that instead of Namaste, we have to use it Namaskar or whatever. So now we have to modify in two places. I have to modify here, I have to modify here. So even in C sharp, it always suggests to have reusability instead of having same functionality repeating again and again. So what we can do here is, instead of writing this method again, why we don't want to write again is we want to have reusability. That is the main goal of having object-oriented programming concept. So we try for reusability instead of creating duplicate code. So we should avoid writing duplicate code, because in future if you want to change it, you have to search for this. You have to search in your solution where all you have written the duplicate code, and you have to change all the places. As of now, at the moment, we have to modify 2 places. We don't want to do that. So for that reason, what we can do here is we can actually reuse this method in this class. So for that, what we need to do is, let me remove this. And since I have a dedicated class for Hindi, I can reuse that method inside here using inheritance. So now, so I can put a comma here, and then I can write here print Hindi high. So the moment when I write this, all the methods, all the public and protected methods, all the methods, whatever methods I have inside this print Hindi high. So for now, as in public methods, you can actually use it. Just a second. I need to write here. Just a second. Yeah. Sorry, this is how we need to write it. So you just need to put a colon mark. So the moment you put a colon mark here, so now let me rebuild this. See now, actually this print Hindi belongs to this class, but still when I'm typing here, when I type here dot, I'm saying this here, even though that belongs to another class, but when I create object for print high, I'm saying this method. Okay, so that is the advantage of using inheritance. So how do we create inheritance here? So all you need to do is you just need to put a colon mark. Okay, so you need to put a colon mark, and then you need to write here print Hindi high. Okay, so is it clear now? What is the simple example, this very simple example for inheritance? So what do you think is the use of inheritance? One simple use of inheritance. All of you, what do you think is the use of inheritance? Perfect example is reusability. And do you think using inheritance will save time down the line if you want to make any code changes or anything? Yeah. So that is a perfect use of reusability. So reusability is the main goal of object-oriented programming concepts. Reusability. So here this class is called parent class, and this class is called child class. Okay, so since you are trying to use the method which is present here inside this class, we are trying to use it inside this print high. So this one is called parent class. So it is giving some methods to this class. So this is called child class. Okay, so there are different names for it. So you can call it as parent class, or you can call it as base class, or you can call it superclass and subclass. So we call it as parent class and child class, base class and derived class, superclass or subclass. Okay, so there are different names for this base class and derived class. So keep in mind these names, don't get confused with different names. So here, for example, yeah, I saw your question, Bhavik. I'll be answering it in a while. So now here if I say, for example, this is how we need to write here. Let me select some. So this is base class, or this is called print Hindi high, and we are trying to implement that in whatever we have in here for. Okay, so this is called, whatever you see here, this is called single inheritance. So I'm just writing some arrow mark here. So this functionality is called single inheritance. And what are the different names we have for this one? So you need to tell me what are the different names we have for this one, for the first one, for print Hindi high class. What are the different names? You can call it as super class, you can call it as base class, or you can call it as parent class. What are the different names for this bottom one, print high? Yeah, Yeah, we call it as child class or subclass, or we can call it as derived class. Derived class. Remember, don't get confused with these terms. Okay. So now I got a question from one of the students saying like, can we do it for multiple classes? Can we reuse multiple classes? For example, um, let's try to understand. Okay, the third name is, so we have parent class and child class, base class and derived class, super class and subclass. Okay, okay. Now, now let's try to understand whether we have something called multiple inheritance. So this is called single inheritance. So before getting started, I'll just explain you what are the different types of inheritances we have in C sharp. I mean, not in C sharp. Normally, what are the types of inheritances we have? So Windows R, MS Paint. So let me write it. So I'll ask questions. You have to tell me. So what do we call this inheritance? If you already have some experience, what do we call this one? Okay, and what do we call this one? And what do we call this one? Okay, so let me put some numbers for this, and I'll ask one of you can tell me if you're aware of these names. So this is number one, and this is number two, and this is number three, and this is number four. So which is the one which we used in our example? Which is the one which we used in our example? Which number we used? Yeah, we used number one in our example. That is called single inheritance. So anyone wants to tell me? Anyone can unmute and tell me what are these inheritances? If you already know it, that just to check. Who wants to tell me? One, two, three, four. Just you can unmute yourself and tell me. Uh, anyone? Jesse, Bhavik, or Bhavita, Padmini. Anyone wants to take this? Give it a try. Even it could be wrong. That should not be a problem. Okay. So I'll tell here. I think okay. So this is called single inheritance. So this is called single inheritance where we have one base class and one derived class, one parent class and one child class. That is called single inheritance. And what do we call this one? So we have here one, two, three base classes and one child class. This is called multiple. This is called multiple. Don't get confused between multiple and multi-level. Okay, this is called multiple inheritance. Okay, so this is called multiple inheritance. More than one base class and one derived class, that we call it as multiple. And the fourth one, this one is called multi-level. Multi-level. So this one is multi-level. Why I'm telling this is in interviews, if you attend any interviews, they might ask you to explain what are the different inheritance methods we have. So remember, so we have single inheritance, multiple inheritance, and this is multi-level. Okay, this is multi-level inheritance. And what is this one? Any idea? So here, let me tell this A. Any idea about what is the third one? Anyone wants to try it? What is the third one? Okay. Okay. So I got one response saying hierarchical tree level or something. Okay. So let's try to understand here. So A, B, C. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Okay, now this class B is having how many base classes? In first one, this class B is having how many base classes? Only one base class. So if you have only one base class, and if it is not having any derived class, so do you think this class is having one base class, and is this class B is again base class for any other class here? No. In that case, this is called single inheritance. If for a class, if it's having one base class, and if it's not base class for other class, then it is called single inheritance. If it is having one base class and it is base class for other class, then it is actually, we have different levels, that we call it as multi-level inheritance. And here this class, if you take, it is having how many base classes? It is having 3 base classes. So that is the reason why this is called as multiple inheritance. Okay, let's come here. So how many base classes this is having? Class B? And even class C is having one base class. So can you write this pictorially? Can you write this like this? So can you write like this, A here, and here it is like this B, and you can write here A here, and you can write this as C, and you can write here
H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys, how we are different from our competitors. 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus, one-time fee and lifetime access to classes, access to recorded sessions of live classes. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For a free demo class, visit us at h2kinfosys.com.